welcome. Let's get the item number 1A, approval of the minutes.
So moved.
What?
Second? Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Item number 1B, policy calendar 1, hostels, community college, AS in food studies. I have the same picture.
Yes. Thank you, Chairman Chen. With the generous support of the Tisch Illumination Fund, which amounted to more than $150,000 over a 3-year period, Hostos Community College is not only has developed this proposal for an AS in food studies, but the money also provides funding for a service learning component, internship opportunities, and rich student engagement activities related to the proposed degree. This smart interdisciplinary program will introduce students to public policy issues such as food insecurity, nutritional education, and healthy food access. The curriculum and the experiential opportunities afforded students enrolled in this program will well prepare them for transfer to a senior college as well as to careers in food policy-related fields.
I move
Thank you.
consideration of this.
Discussions, questions? Seems pretty straightforward.
Yes.
Looks excellent, absolutely.
Great
Yes,
program.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
I was looking at
Yes,
it.
with the proximity to the Hunt's Point Food Market, I think this.
It makes a lot of
Yes.
sense. So, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstentions, the motion carries. Item number 1B2, Hunter College, MS in Applied Behavior Analysis. Great, we have the college president here.
Yes, yes, thank you. There have been important changes in the educational requirements for professionals working with individuals with autism spectrum disorders. In January of 2014, Governor Cuomo signed a bill to establish state licensure for providers of applied behavioral analysis. Not only did this ensure a level of quality and oversight, but it also enabled practitioners to receive insurance reimbursements. In other words, this qualification, this degree is necessary for professionals to practice. So Hunter is building on an already superb existing master's program through their School of Education. Individuals completing this program will have the necessary academic preparation for a state license to work with this growing population.
I move adoption.
Thank you, Karen. Does President Rapp want to say
I
anything?
think just to add to Dr. Benish's comments, not only do their ed students be able to get this joint master's, many of our students in social work and public health were previously getting a certificate in this program, but with that certificate won't allow them to be licensed. So with the new master's program, we will now make sure it be a double master's, but they'll be able to go towards a licensure. So it really will increase the number of practitioners in this field of ABA, which is just, as Rita knows, responding to a true crisis in
Absolutely.
the country, and particularly in New York City, of a need for this kind of training for young people with autism.
Okay. Do you want to move both items, or you want to?
Yes,
Okay.
let's move both items,
So
please.
I'm also calling item number 1B3, also Hunter College, the creation of the Department of Dance.
This one gives me special pride. Hunter's Venerable Dance Program recently moved to establish new degree programs in dance, always with the hope and expectation that it would become CUNY's first freestanding department of dance. This proposal achieves that dream. The creation of this department, as well as new graduate programs in CUNY's first Master of Fine Arts in Dance, will be established along with the department. The creation of the department is a serious investment in the physical plant used by the dance programs, and the program about to become a department recently searched successfully for a nationally recognized leader in dance education to serve as the founding department chair. And she will reaffirm Hunter's commitment to the arts and arts education.
And she is?
She is Dr. Jennifer, correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Elizabeth Betsy Cooper, formerly of the University of Washington.
Where she started their MFA program and then went on to become a divisional dean. So we were very excited to recruit her. She actually turned down the chairman of another major dance department in the New York State area, so we were very excited. And this will be the first dance department, freestanding dance department in the City University system. So this is something we're extremely excited about. As Dr. Benoit said, the first MFA it's on the books, we'll now be able to launch it. And we started about 4 years ago, the first master's in dance education for public school teachers, or for K through 12 teachers. And that program is already turning out esteemed graduates, and we're in a very high recognition partnership with Lincoln Center to train their teaching artists as teachers. So many things are coming together, and we're extremely excited, and we've raised a couple of $1 million to support this, and we expect that we'll be able to, with your approval as a department, to be able to attract more private support for something people are very excited about, for the City University to have its own dance department.
And we are excited.
I
Congratulations.
think this is just fabulous, just fabulous.
She's great.
I was sitting the other night just next to a dance student. And he was one of the that's going to a dance program. So, I got and we should be very proud of them.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Karen, would you like to move this
Yes,
item
I
as well?
do. I would be honored to move adoption of this
Yeah.
new program, new department.
Yes.
I'd love to second it.
I feel to welcome Jill to the.
I was here last time.
It doesn't hurt to reintroduce him. Yes. Any more questions?
No, I just want to, from President Rob, I think this is also great. I'm also a Hunter student, so
Oh, well, congratulations to you too.
Forming the bookend for the
great
table.
job.
Thank you, yeah.
Well, the irony, Mr. Chair, is that my mother was a professional dancer
Oh, wow.
and danced with Judith Jamison's
Oh,
teacher in
really?
Philadelphia.
Oh.
Then she
my
had
goodness.
me, and it was over.
Well,
You could add, it would make her very happy. I think it would make her very happy to know you were supporting this part of the.
My treat to her every year was to get her tickets. She lived in the Philly area, obviously, to the Alvin Ailey.
yes.
So this does
Yeah.
resonates a little bit with me, although I'm the world's worst dancer.
Okay.
And isn't there, I can't remember, the professional, Hunter may be providing the theater, your theater for a dance
Well, we're-
company
For the
Philharmonic. yes.
Philharmonic,
Well, the
right.
hope is that's our proposal would be for the Philharmonic to be in
Right.
residence, but then if we were able to renovate that large auditorium, to turn it into a place for all the performing arts, to
Yes.
really be a center. And then also the K is also a
Yes.
great place for dance. So everything's kind of, the stars are aligning, so we
This
thank
is
you
a
for your
great moment.
support, yeah.
Speaking of the right moment, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstentions? Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Well done. I'm going to call the next two items together because item number 1B, 4 and 5 are both from Bronx Community College. Wonderful. Come on up. You want to say in English? Okay.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, President Secretary. Okay. Bronx Community College has always offered a wide range of courses in writing and literature. This initiative seeks to afford students interested in studying literature to self-identify early in their BCC careers and take advantage of faculty and advisors who can help them achieve their academic goals and prepare them well to transfer to a senior college upon a graduation. An articulation agreement has already been signed with John Jay College, and others are in development.
You want to read?
Yes, and I will also read about the proposed new degree in exercise science and kinesiology. This program will offer students with the necessary foundational coursework for senior college majors and careers in the health sciences and related fields. It will also provide students with the coursework necessary to be certified as a personal fitness trainer. An articulation agreement has been established with Lehman College, and others will be pursued.
I move adoption of both of these items.
Thank you.
And as a member of the department at John Jay, the Department of English that developed the
Yeah.
agreement with yours, I'm very proud to be moving this item.
And we're glad the new president is here.
Yes,
Would you like to say a few words?
congratulations.
I want to just say thank you for moving it. And
Yes.
really, this work is not done by the president, but it's done by the faculty in the department. And representing the faculty here, we have the chair for health exercise science, Dr. Janet Ella. Then Professor Dr. Bucher is the head of English. I want to say thank you to both of you for offering these opportunities to our students. And obviously from Academic Affairs, Dr. Ott, thank you.
Very well for our
Thank
program.
you. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I second the motion.
Okay. Discussion? Pretty straightforward, very
Yes.
needed program.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm going to suggest we move both items together. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstentions, motion carries for both items.
Thank you very much.
The last item
Yes.
is 1B5.
That's right. Okay. Yes. Yes.
It's the Lehman College BS in Public Health.
Yes. This exciting undergraduate program in public health will provide students with an excellent foundation for entry-level employment in public health, as well as graduate education in the field. The program views the field of public health from the perspective of the social and behavioral sciences, epidemiology, environmental health, health communication, and healthcare systems policy. And it builds on Lehman's strong traditions in global health and in geographic information systems.
Any second?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We have President Fit.
Well, this program is very significant for us. We already are part of the Master of Public Health program for the School of Public Health. And this is a way of building a pipeline in what is
Yes.
the largest industry.
In the Bronx.
With me today is Dean William Latimer, who is the head of the new School of Health Sciences, Human Services, and Nursing, and he was very instrumental in putting this proposal together. We want to acknowledge his contribution to this.
Welcome.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Where one in every $5 will be going to healthcare.
That's right. That's right. And it's a very well-crafted
Yes.
proposal.
Yes. So, any other discussions? If not, let's move the item. All those in
Thank you.
favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention. Thank you for coming, President. Item number 1B7, John Jay College. I see
Yes.
President Travis is here.
Okay, colleagues, this action needs little, if any, explanation. We have all been made aware of the incidents leading up for the need for John Jay to take this rare but
Necessary.
justified action, and let's leave it to them. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. It's with some sadness that I come before you today to ask you to recommend to the full board to take an unusual and indeed unprecedented action, which is to rescind an honorary degree previously awarded by the university, by John Jay College, in this case to Mr. William Cosby. This general topic has certainly been much in the news lately. But let me tell you the John Jay version of a larger national story. Our college recommended to the board on the recommendation of our faculty senate in 1995 that Mr. Cosby be awarded an honorary doctorate. We did this at the time in recognition of his reputation as an entertainer, very popular individual in our society and our culture, his contributions to education, his interest in education generally. And this was something that was not unique to John Jay. Indeed, he's been awarded well over 60 honorary doctorates over his lifetime. We now know, however, that there are a number of instances that have come to public attention of women who have come forward who have claimed that he took advantage of their relationship, often aided, according to them, by various substances added to drinks to weaken their resistance, and took sexual advantage of them. Many of these cases have come forward in the fullness of time, but beyond the statute of limitations, so there's not always been an opportunity for there to be a full vetting of the facts and the allegations. But in at least one instance now, he has acknowledged in a deposition that he engaged in this practice of taking advantage of women and doing so with the aid of, in this case, Quaaludes. There's no policy at the university for what we are now recommending. We recognize that, but this is also an unusual circumstance. CUNY would not be alone in withdrawing a previously awarded doctorate, nor would we be alone among the universities in the country in withdrawing other honorary acknowledgments that have been afforded to him in the past. Other universities, including Spelman, the university that was attended by Mrs. Cosby, has taken the unusual step of actually returning a significant amount of money that was awarded to them by Mr. Cosby. Others have taken him from positions away from positions of chairing fundraising campaigns on behalf of the University of Massachusetts, for example. So again and again and again, we're seeing a number of universities that have taken the step that we're recommending to this board. I acknowledge that some universities take a different position, which is that honorary degrees, once awarded, can never be rescinded. We strongly urge that this university take a different view. Let me tell you also the story of how this came to this committee and to this point. And I want to acknowledge the leadership of Professor Kaplowitz, who is the president of our faculty senate, also a member of this committee. And it was she who raised this issue with me at the beginning of the academic term. I had frankly maybe known at one time, but had not remembered that Mr. Cosby had received an honorary doctorate from John Jay in 1995, well before my time. But Professor Kaplowitz thought that it was important for us to bring this issue forward. Our faculty senate, on the recommendation of both the executive committee of the faculty senate and the committee on honorary degrees, has now brought this to my attention, and I in turn forwarded it to the chancellor, in essence following in a mirror image the process that we follow to recommend honorary doctorates. We followed exactly the same process. This is coming to us from the faculty, which I'm pleased to say has always been the moving party in the award of honorary doctorates on our campus, and now this unusual circumstance has come forward to actually recommend to the board that this honorary doctorate be rescinded. It was a vote with one negative vote, excuse me, at the faculty senate, 27 affirmative votes, no abstentions. So this comes with a very strong, nearly unanimous support from our faculty senate, and one that I heartily and with sadness, but fully support in recommending this to the chancellor. So an unusual circumstance, but unusual circumstances given the very serious allegations of misconduct by Mr. Cosby. In essence, we're saying that had we known then what was known now, we would not have recommended, said the faculty in their letter to me, that Mr. Cosby receive this honorary title. Knowing now what we now know, we think it's inappropriate for him to continue to hold the title of having been awarded this honorary degree, and for us to continue, as we would otherwise, to recognize him as having received this degree. So it's with due deliberation, with careful consideration of the record, and with a certain sadness, but I think appropriate sense of justice here that should be afforded by the board by rescinding the honorary degree that we have awarded to him.
I want to commend you and Professor Kaplitz for doing the appropriate thing. Cool.
Just a few things I'd like to add. So we have been so proud to have the honor of having such wonderful people receive honorary degrees and grace our commencement and thrill our students that we started to, a number of years ago, name each of these individuals in our graduation program. So we have, by year, the names of all of our honorary degree recipients. And we urge our students to look at, and our guests and our new honorary degree recipients. And for 1995, we have Mr. Cosby's name. And we do not want to be associated with Mr. Cosby, and we want to stand with the women. And our college not only has its unusual but wonderful mission of justice, social justice, and criminal justice, but we have over 60% of our students are women. And so this is a statement not only in criticism, the tragic story of Mr. Cosby is self-admitted under oath. I have the deposition here if you want to see it, because we did do our due diligence. But it's also a statement of support and allegiance with the women who were so brave as to come forward under oath, so many of them, and whose lives have been ruined and their reputations have been destroyed. And there's some things we can do and some things we can't do, but we as a university can take this action. And it's a public statement to our colleagues at the other colleges, to our students, and to our faculty as to where we stand on issues of violence against women and, quite frankly, rape and injustice. And I'm very grateful that the board has put this on the agenda and that we have the opportunity to take this action. And so I would like to move adoption of this motion to rescind the honorary degree once given to Mr. Cosby.
I'll second it.
Any more discussions? Let's move this item. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nays, abstentions? Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman.
Now we move to the information item.
That's right. I have one short but important information item. I am delighted to tell the assembled faculty and senior administrators and trustees here that at 3:00 today, the Executive Committee of the Board of Trustees voted to approve the Chancellor's final recommendations of the allocation of $20 million of performance funding for the 24 institutions of CUNY. We will move tomorrow to start allocating that money, and that will start with the issuing of award letters. We are delighted with the board's expeditious action. We are delighted with the college's submissions. We received over 75 proposals in the 16 days between board approval on October 1st and the deadline date of October 16th. So the colleges responded, the board responded, our evaluation teams responded, and you'll be hearing good news tomorrow. So thank you to the board, and thank you, CUNY.
Thank you for that good news and congratulations. I heard most of the schools are getting money. And so this is congratulations.
All of the schools are getting some money. Right, that's right. Yes, it is good.
I'm reminded that I need to wrap this thing up.
Yes,
And
yes.
so, may I have a motion to adjourn unless you want to stay here?
Okay.
Wrap it up.
Thank you.